I'm looking here at an enlargement with a scale factor of 2. So enlargement means the size of the shape will change. Scale factor of 2 means that my new shape is going to be 2 times as big as the original object. So all the way through this question I'm going to be multiplying by 2. What I'm going to do to start with is just label each point. So that's A, B, C and D, and you can do that in any order. What I'm going to do then is count from the centre to each one of these points in turn. So if we take A to start with, at the moment that is 1, 2, 3 squares to the right and 1 square down. So to get to A we have to go 3 squares to the right and we have to go 1 square down. Now when I enlarge this shape, these lengths all need to be multiplied by 2 to make sure that my new shape is twice as big. So my new A, if it was 3 right, it's going to be, if we double that, that's 6. So it's now going to be 6 right, and it was 1 down. If we multiply that by 2, because we've got a scale factor of 2, my new shape is going to be 2 squares down. So my new point A is going to be 2 squares down. So counting from the centre this time, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right and 1, 2 down. So my new point A is going to be there. Do the same now for B. So B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares to the right and 1 square down. Now 5 times 2 is 10, so my new B will be 10 squares to the right and 2 squares down, because double 1 is 2. Let's have a look at C. Now C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares to the right and 3 squares up. Now double 5 is 10. And then double 3 is 6. So rather than go up 3, I've got to go up 6 squares. And there's my new point C. And as for D, our last point now, that was 3 squares right and 3 squares up. Double 3 is 6, so 6 squares right and 6 squares up gives me my new point D there. The last thing we've got to do now is just join those points up so that we've got a rectangle, like that, and then we're done with our enlargement. Now to check that we're right, we can do one of two things. First of all, we can look at our original shape. So here this length was 2, and that length was 4, so that's doubled, that's fine. This length was 4, so this new length is going to be 8, and that's doubled as well, so that's fine. The other thing that you can do to check is you can join through from the image point to the original point to the centre. Now you should find if you do this, you end up with something that looks like this. So you can see here from the centre that goes from the original C to the new C, from the centre D to the new D, from the centre B to the new B, and from the centre A to the new A. So that's another way that you can check if a question is correct. And we're all done. That's an enlargement with a scale factor of 2 from a centre of enlargement.